Hi, everyone. My name is Julie Singleton. I'm the proud principal at Central Elementary School, and I want to welcome everyone to our bond meeting this evening. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us. We're so glad to have you here.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. Hi, I'm David Stanford of Hopper Stanford. I was a project designer on this project. In the room, I also have Gary Ryan, who's a project manager, and Mark Travis, who is the architect who's done most of the drawings on the project, so help answer any questions on the project. We've certainly enjoyed working on this project and are glad to see it get going. Our presentation, we'll first kind of go through the existing conditions on the site and then the scope of work and our design solution for the project. This is your existing campus right now, and I don't know if you can see my red arrow or not, but the existing school is in the red area, has a red building there. The multiple portable buildings you have are where it says existing temporary classrooms. The playground on the north side of the building and the fire lane. Entry comes in from the bottom or the west side of the campus. Internally in the buildings complex you have, our scope of work will be the part that's inside the red dotted lines. Basically everything that's blue is a classroom. The pre-K classrooms are in green. The purple is office administrative area. The yellow is cafetorium, and the gym is kind of a light bluish color. And so as we kind of go through this thing, we'll work on trying to get this stuff done. Within the scope of what we're trying to do right now, inside the red dashed areas, one of the existing portables, temporary classroom buildings, will be converted into restrooms because the 4 temporary buildings that we remove in the bigger dashed in area, one of them is a restroom facility for the temporary building. So we're having to put in a new one of those just to help offset losing this one. The scope of work for the master plan we've looked at is, number one, we're putting in an addition to the right or the south of the existing building. And in the scope for right now, we're doing that. And then we're also doing some work in the front at the canopy structures at the main entry to put some roofs onto some of those and also create a new handicap accessible route into the main entry. In the future, we also are taking the driveway out and putting a new driveway in, service drive that comes into the northern part of the building. In the future, the area in blue would be a future classroom addition that would be built where the current playground is. And when that gets built, all the temporary buildings will be removed. We'll also extend the fire lane around to connect to the existing one up on the east side of the property. And we'll also provide covered walkways to some new bus stops that will be created off the street on the south and west side of the campus. And then where the future classroom addition gets built, we will relocate the playground and the garden area, much like what you have now, over on the east side of the building. So with this phase, the site demolition we're going to deal with is On the north side, we're going to be, like I said, we're going to take out that existing fire lane service drive that comes in and replace it with new concrete. We're also going to take out some areas of sidewalks that need to be repaired. And then, of course, the temporary buildings will get removed. And that one temporary building classroom will be converted into restrooms. So the proposed site plan for this phase of the project and the bond issue would be, again, the new addition would be in the blue on the right, the fire lane, the yellow outline on the left, and the restroom conversion up above to the east of the addition. And then areas that are outlined in red would be new sidewalks. Unfortunately, this drawing doesn't show, but there is a new sidewalk that goes in towards, if you can see where I'm pointing, it comes in this way and this way into the entry to provide an accessible way for people to get into the front door. And then some of these canopy structures will also get roofs on them that don't have them. Plan-wise of the building, what we're doing is everything on this drawing, everything gray is the existing building. And then this would be our new addition over here, would be a 9-classroom addition with a large collaborative area. And this building is also designed to be the tornado shelter for the entire facility. And then this would be the restroom conversion, where we take the temporary building and convert that into restrooms for the rest of the temporary buildings. Some of the summary of work we're doing, like I said, we're putting in 9 classrooms in this area, a collaborative area in the middle, new restrooms. In the existing building, we are putting a new door in here, and we're taking the main, back. Sorry, it's slow. The current lobby space is going to become a secured entry lobby where people, when they come in, have to come into the reception area, check in before they're released into the rest of the building. Everything that's in the darker green inside the corridors primarily, those all get a major refurbishment of flooring, walls, and ceilings. And then all the other classroom stuff will get more just ceiling treatments, new treatments. We're replacing all the exterior outdated windows with new energy efficient windows. We're also doing lighting, fire alarm, and some HVAC air conditioning upgrades on the project. Takes a while on this one, these drawings are so big. Okay, so then anyway, this is what the plan will be like with this phase when we're done. The purple area would be the administrative area. Again, that would be the new secured lobby to the north or the left of it. The area with the lines on it, the kind of crosshatched areas, would be collaborative areas. One of them is the one already outside the existing cafeteria. We're going to upgrade that space and create a new one out in the new wing with the other 9 classrooms. So you can kind of see by the chart on the right the different functions of each of these classrooms or spaces or library, whatever it is. You can kind of see what those are within the plan. Now, our new addition we're actually putting in with this project would be the tornado shelter. And with the tornado shelter, you have to design it so it basically can accommodate the entire student body and not just the people in these classrooms. So one of the things you also have to do too is have restroom facilities in there so that people who are in this can, be able to do things like that while the rest of the building is closed down and can't get into it. So that's part of what we're doing on there. We do have windows in all these classrooms with storm shutters that come down on them. And have separate power system for this building too, so it can maintain power in case a tornado hits. But you can see on these two that basically these classrooms are all around the perimeter with this collaborative area. The collaborative area, when you see it a little bit, is actually got a clear story up on top of it and more windows up above to let natural light into it. So, and then we have a mechanical platform right here that actually occurs on top of these restrooms here in the upper space. Here's a rendering we did of the project. What you can see is basically kind of the middle where the windows have that kind of upside down L shape that are on the existing ones. Everything to the right of that is the new addition. We've gone ahead and put in rectangular windows just to make them easier to deal with the tornado shelter effects of it. They are large windows, but they'll have the tornado doors that come down behind them. And you kind of see this reddish brown area up on top. That is actually the clear story part back behind that lets natural light into the collaborative area for this addition. You can also see the new sidewalks that come up to the door on this side. And actually, if you look back towards what's currently the main entry, you can see that other sidewalk I mentioned earlier that wasn't on the plan that we have. So inside, what we're going to do is this area is the collaborative area that's outside the existing cafeteria. And the area that was at one point I guess an aquarium fish type, a fountain area. We're going to basically redo that and make it a place where kids can actually set up on different levels and actually make it where it can be a more of a interactive type of space for the kids. And then we're also doing some new graphics on the walls, new lighting, new ceiling, just trying to make this space kind of new, cool looking area to the for the kids. Then some of the typical materials we have in the building, you can see the typical floor tiles from this box down towards the bottom. And some of the pattern shows up on the floor plan. This will be continued on through the parts we renovate. And then we've got the carpet, which will be up on the seat and other things in there. So you can kind of see some of the stuff we've done inside this space to make it a kid-friendly space. This is the collaborative area in the new addition that we're doing. And what we've basically done there, create an area where these are rideable surfaces. No, excuse me. These are plastic laminate type of panel system on the walls. So we have areas where kids can gather together in that space. The clear story windows are up above here to let natural light in, and we have some kind of fun lighting in this space too. So just a way for all these kids that can come out, use this space. The space can also be used during in case a tornado happens, but it can also be a place where extra kids and extra people can be put into to take care of that. And then the typical classrooms that we're renovating and doing things in this new part, you can kind of see some of the floor pattern we're doing, the cabinets we're putting in the room. The walls are not dark gray and the ceiling's not dark gray. Unfortunately, that's the way it kind of turns out on this rendering. But you can see over on the right all the typical materials that would be in one of these classroom spaces. And that's it. I think that was the whole of our presentation. So
all right, thank you. So do you mind putting it back on that last page of your slide deck? Okay. So we're taking questions online. If you go to dallasisd.org/bond2015 questions, the website will allow you to fill out a form and ask the architect firm and the principal, Mrs. Singleton, questions about the upcoming project. Again, that's dallasisd.org/bond2015 questions. We're waiting for everyone to get those questions in. We'd love to hear from you. So the first question we got is a little off topic, but when will school be completed?
This is Kevin Simon, and I'm the project manager for the bond office, and the project's scheduled to be completed in August of 21. So a little over a year from now. So it'll be ready for the 21-22 school year.
So that would be August of 21?
Yes.
Okay,
And we are about to start construction. We're on the last phase of contracts right now, and the permit is ready and the contractor is ready to go. So we should be starting within the next week or two.
okay. Will there be students on the campus?
Well, the construction is going to go on while students they come back in August, hopefully, with all this situation going on, but hopefully they come back in August. The contractor will be working nights and weekends around the schedule of the school.
So what precautions will be taken for the students while they're under construction? Are they displaced into different classrooms?
No, they're not going to be displaced as of right now. So we're going to work with the principal and the staff and everything to not affect the operation of the school.
And all safety measures will be taken?
Yes.
Okay. If you have any questions, please go to dallasisd.org /bond 2015 questions. We'd love to hear from you. What can you tell me about the social distancing measures for construction workers?
Well, the construction workers, every contractor has their own set of guidelines. They have to meet the CDC certain guidelines, and they will all take the measures they need for social distancing to get their work done.
All right, gentlemen from the HHS office, do you mind starting the deck again and running through the slides quickly for any latecomers?
We're working them back right now.
All right. In the meantime, does the completion date of August 2021 include the addition of the classrooms near the existing playground?
We're
Kevin?
still trying to get back to the first slide.
Yes, it does. It includes the entire scope of work.
Okay.
I think wasn't your question about the addition that's on the existing playground? Because that doesn't occur in this phase.
No, she was talking just about the classroom addition. That's the storm shelter.
The
Okay.
location of the construction. Are there going to be any updates to the playground area, just to go off that?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
So they want us to just go through it again.
If you did,
Just, gentlemen, if you don't mind doing an abbreviated version for any latecomers.
Okay. So the existing conditions on the side, basically we've got the existing school in red. All the existing temporary classrooms are on the southeast side of the campus. And the playground is up on the northeast side. Our scope of work primarily is inside the red dashed areas, where we are going to remove the 4 portables that are to the southeast of the campus, and then take the 1 portable up there, or temporary, and converting it to restrooms to replace the restroom building we're taking out. And then we'll also be doing a bunch of work inside the building that would include refurbishing different parts of the building and working on refurbishing different kind of mechanical, electrical, plumbing services to the building. This kind of shows an overall master plan of the campus. Our new addition that we're actually doing this phase is to the right of the existing school building. We're also replacing where it says existing service drive that comes into the loading dock area will also be replaced. We also are doing some work coming in and putting in a new accessible entry ramp, the walkway to get into the main entrance of the building, and looking at putting in some roof panels on top of the parts that are exposed structure out there. This shows what will happen in the future to ultimately get the project where it needs to be. You would come in and ultimately build a future classroom in blue up here on the upper left-hand side of the plan. Redo or put a new playground in here. And when that happens, all the portable temporary buildings will go away. Also looking at put a future basketball court in there too. So also there'd also be new bus drops at about that time. They're not getting built now, but in the future, put in new bus drops on Shady Lane and Jack Street to provide drop off, and then putting in a covered canopy system from the one off Jack Street that would take you all the way into the building. This scope, what we're doing for this time, we are removing some of these sidewalks in the area of new construction in the big fire lane. The delivery road back here on the north would get replaced, and then that one temporary classroom there would get changed into restrooms. And then the scope we're doing for this version of the project would be putting the new addition here, which will be a tornado shelter. These would be new sidewalks over here on the Jack Street and the Shady Lane area. Like I said before, we are doing some new stuff at the main entry to make it accessible. Fire lane, and then converting the temporary into restrooms. Plan-wise, our addition will be a 9-classroom addition with a collaboration space and restrooms in it. It's in the blue on the drawing, and it will also it'll be the tornado shelter for the entire campus. This kind of shows the scope of what we'd be doing. Everything in blue would be the new addition, tornado shelter area here. All the area that's in green, the dark green, will be kind of a major replacement of finishes in the building, both ceiling tile, floor tile, wall treatments. We also are creating a new secured lobby. The current existing main entry lobby will be secured with another door to the corridor system, and will become a secured lobby. So people, visitors come in, they have to come in there and go check into the office before they can be released to the rest of the building inside. The lighter green area will have new ceilings and light fixtures put in and things like that. So in the areas that are crosshatched with the gray stripe lines, nothing occurs in those in this phase. The way the spaces are used within the space, that's pretty much, if you look at the legend on the right-hand side, it'll tell you all the blue rooms are classrooms. The green color ones are pre-K classrooms. Collaboration areas are the ones with the kind of light bluish green color stripes on them. The gym, administrative areas purple. So you can kind of see how stuff is all spread throughout the building. All the lighter green color areas will be restroom facilities. The new addition that's getting built would be basically 9 classrooms. With the darker color area would be the collaboration area and restrooms that are in there also. And then all these doors will be tornado shelter doors to let you in and out of this space. The windows, we do have windows in each of the classrooms. We also have a tornado shelter door that comes down on all the windows. And whereas the collaborative area, we've also got a taller space there and windows up above that will also have shelter stuff that comes down on those windows. This rendering shows, you can kind of see the building that's got where the L-shaped, upside down L-shaped windows are. That's the existing building. Everything to the right of that would be the new building. We're matching the brick of the existing building. We are putting in more simple rectangular windows just because of the tornado shelter doors we have to put on it. And then you can kind of see that reddish part of the building that's up on top of the new addition. That's the clear story over the collaborative area. And then inside the existing building, the current kind of collaboration area outside where the fountain area is, outside the cafetorium, we're going to be upgrading that and making it a nicer space that kids can actually sit on that stuff and kind of create a kind of a collaborative space in there. Also redoing some stuff on the walls to make it a kind of a new look for that area. And then also these areas all get new floor tile on the floors and stuff like that. And then this is the collaborative area in the new space, the new building part. And again, just try to do something kind of fun in there to make it more friendly to the students who are actually in the school. So. And then the typical classroom in the new addition would have cabinets on it. You see the floor pattern, pretty simple and easy. All the dark gray walls and ceiling are not going to be that color. It's just the way it came out on this rendering. But it'll all be matching the colors that are in the palette of colors on the right-hand side of the drawing. So that's pretty much gone through all the images we have to show again.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Can someone answer what the capacity of the tornado shelter will be?
We're going to take it back to the sheet that shows that. Again, all the kids in the school will come to this tornado shelter.
1,155. The capacity of the shelter is 1,155.
It's in the chart over on the middle right.
Okay. When is phase 2 projected to be completed? Ms. Singleton, did you have an answer for this one?
That one, phase 2 is not going to start for a while. So we're just focused on the scope of work phase 1 for right now, which is the area that is shown right now on the screen with the 9 additional classrooms. So it is a ways down the road for that phase 2, which included the driveway in the back, which also included the new playground area and early childhood rooms. That's down the road. We've got to get through this first phase first. And so we will be under construction for the entire school year, coming into the 2020-21 school year.
All right, thank you. When will the portables be removed?
The first portables that are in the way of the building will get moved immediately to start construction. The future, once you have to build that phase 2 building before you can remove all the other portables in the future. So.
Okay.
And one thing we are doing in phase 1 too, we are doing all the renovation stuff in the existing school too.
I'm sorry, sir?
We are doing all the new finishes, the floor finishes, ceiling. That's all part of this project too, inside the existing school building.
Okay. Kevin Simon is our project manager for this project. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, just that I'm looking forward to getting the project started, the construction started, and just getting the school, making it a better place for the kids.
All right. And Mrs. Singleton, if you don't mind closing up for us, any last words to your parents and teachers?
Yes, we are all really excited about the new additions as well. We're really excited about the tornado shelter so that we can make sure just to provide that safety and security for our students. So we're really looking forward to all of the updates and the new wing. And so we know we've got a year of just being flexible and being patient, because we know the end result is going to be phenomenal. So I just want to take a minute to thank everyone for joining us to see what new additions are coming to Central. And I'm sorry we can't answer the question of when we'll be back and how we'll be back, but those answers will come soon. as soon as we know. So we do miss everyone. We thank you again for joining us. And either way, we look forward to a wonderful school year.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. If you want any more updates, you can find it on our Bond 2015 page on the DallasISD.org website. That's DallasISD.org/Bond 2015. You can add questions through the link until tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.